You got your...
Get Out is a cultural phenomenon due in part to its near-perfect reviews, its record-breaking box office revenues, and also its social commentary on race in America. But on top of all of that, Get Out is a terrific example of a black horror film, a genre that has not seen many examples over the years. Get Out is about a black man, Chris, visiting his white girlfriend's family for the weekend. And from there, the creepy nature of the Armitages gives way to their true intentions. Being a black horror film, many would think that it would alienate white audiences, but Get Out finds a way to get white audiences engaged with the film. Using its racial themes, viral marketing, and chilling trailers, people from all walks of life were looking forward to the film's release in late February 2017. But even with all of that, the film had to show the horror that black audiences would experience naturally. Richard Dyer explains in his book, The Matter of Images, that the colorless multicoloredness of whiteness secures white power by making it hard, especially for white people and their media, to see whiteness, explaining that white isn't analyzed as white, but as either American, Italian, middle class, etc. This makes it hard to truly analyze whiteness as being white. Get Out, in order to sell the horror of race to white people, has to show how horrifying the whiteness in the movie is. There are many scenes that don't feel quite right and will make anyone feel uneasy. The bidding scene, shot with no dialogue, is a good example. The silence makes the scene feel unreal, that this isn't a real event that would happen in the real world, and the same feeling, the surreal feeling, is what drives the suspense of the movie. An important scene that shows whiteness takes place during the party at the Armitage's house. Chris and his girlfriend Rose, played by Daniel Kaluuya and Allison Williams respectively, are moving around to different guests and introducing the new boyfriend. The different guests have unusual interactions with Chris, feeling his muscles, asking about sex, and talking about how
black is in fashion.
These topics seem inappropriate to talk about with a stranger. However, the truth is stranger than fiction. Director Jordan Peele has said, particularly about this scene, that these are situations that black people find themselves in. When a white audience sees it, they become shocked with how the older white guests act. The behavior that is real for black audiences is surreal for white audiences. At the same time, Peele also states, those same people realize that,
oh my God, I think I've said that. I think I said that thing that the villains are saying in this movie.
And that's where the terror comes in. Audiences finally get to see whiteness. This realization is thrusted even further when we meet Logan, the only other black man at the party. When Chris says hello, his behavior is different.
Good to see another brother around here.
Yes, of course it is. Something wrong?
Chris is excited to see another brother around here, while Logan is just stating a fact, observing that there is another black person here.
Chris was just telling me how he felt much more comfortable with my being here.
There is a tone in his voice that seems unnatural and stiff. He sounds white. This becomes even more startling to Chris than anything else so far, because Chris has had to deal with white people his whole life and knows how to interact with them. But with Logan, he doesn't know how to talk to him, because Logan has lost his blackness. As we learn later, spoiler alert, Logan went through a process where he had his brain switched with a white person, so now he is a totally different person. One that Chris can no longer relate to. Why? Because of Logan's newfound whiteness. Jordan Peele takes the idea of meeting the parents and takes it further by having an interracial couple as the leads. But to reveal who the antagonists are in the movie, Peele has to crank up the whiteness of the Armitages and their friends to show that they are more than just white, but evil. Lauren Bacquer from The Guardian says, the villains here aren't southern rednecks or neo-Nazi skinheads. They're middle-class white liberals. Good people. Nice people. The thing Get Out does so well is to show how, however unintentionally, these same people can make life so hard and uncomfortable for black people. It exposes a liberal ignorance and hubris that has been allowed to fester. Black audiences already know that it is the white people who are the villains, but white audiences need the push so that they can see whiteness for what it really is. And Get Out does that perfectly.
Terrible thing to waste. Terrible thing to waste.